The COVID pandemic was a setback for all of humanity. Because billions of people were afraid to leave their homes, new opportunities and restrictions came to light. One of these global problems, or maybe we could say that there was too much demand for something, was semiconductor chips. There are microprocessor chips in cars, phones, and every other part of our lives we can think of. The problem is that there is only one company in Taiwan that makes the most advanced chips that people use today. Hello and welcome to Amuse World. Today we're talking about big news in the chip industry, like TSMC's new factory opening in Arizona, USA, with a revised investment of $40 billion. This is a big change for this industry, and it could have big effects on how things are made, distributed, and ultimately consumed in the US and around the world. About TSMC, which stands for Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, is the only company in the world that makes the most advanced chips right now. Companies like AMD, Samsung, and Intel all get their microprocessor chips from TSMC. More than 90% of the most complex and small chips are made by TSMC, so this is a clear sign that the world's dependency for its chip supplies relies on TSMC's new US facility. When thinking about TSMC's move to the US, the first thing to think about is what it means for the supply and demand of chips right now. There aren't enough semiconductors on the market because consumer electronics and other industries are using more of them, but production hasn't kept up. With more ways to make things in the US coming online, the supply should be more stable and prices should be better for consumers. The US government said that companies that make chips in the US would get $53 billion in subsidies. This was done to stop the chip shortage and boost domestic production. Less clear is what will happen to the world market. Many people say that it could cause prices to go down because there would be more competition from local production. However, it could also cause production costs to go up and prices to go up. We will have to wait and see. But one thing is for sure, TSMC's move has changed the chip industry, so we can look forward to new opportunities, innovations, and even more competition. With tensions between Taiwan and China getting worse, it was brave for a US senator to visit Taiwan, even after China warned him not to. America is doing everything it can to keep China down so that it can make more chips and even cut off China's supply of chips. This is so important to the US that they have stopped or banned advanced semiconductor materials lithography, or ASML, from selling EUV machines to China. Jobs are another big thing that the new factory will bring. The construction of the facility and running it will create hundreds or even thousands of jobs for people in the area. This will not only help the economy, but it could also help create a hub for chip production in the US. This would make the country more competitive with other countries that already make a lot of chips. Intel and Samsung are also planning to build new chip factories in the US. Just like TSMC, this influx of investment into the industry has certainly welcomed the news, as it will bring more jobs and increase competition within the sector. Impact on US and the world. If TSMC starts making advanced semiconductor chips in the US, the chip supply chain will be safer, and Intel, Samsung, and other companies will invest in the US, so this should bring stability to the global chip economy, and with it, healthy competition in terms of prices and availability, which is something every consumer would like. It will also keep the US ahead of other countries when it comes to making chips and sharing technology. The move of TSMC to the US could change the way chips are made and create a whole new ecosystem for the economy, security, pricing, and other things related to semiconductor chips. Keep an eye on this space for more information. Lastly, TSMC's operations in the United States could give companies a lot of new ways to work together. TSMC and Apple. For example, Apple recently said that it would be working with TSMC on its own of 14 chips. This would have been much harder to do if the company didn't have a presence in the United States. This kind of partnership could help the industry as a whole come up with even more new ideas and grow. So, to sum up, TSMC's new US factory is a big deal for the chip industry and could lead to a number of good things. This could be a real game changer because it could change the balance between supply and demand, create jobs, and bring people together. Let's keep an eye on things as they happen. We're glad you stayed with us until the end. We'll be back soon with more great videos. Take care.